What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Comedians of Entre Live.
Yeah, buddy.
You
I
guys
don't
know
like the way my head is bigger than yours. I don't
what
like
kind of
that.
camera you using? What's that?
You in your goddamn studio.
You
You're
guys know my co-host is this way. Man right there. He's got his own half-hour special on HBO. Now streaming on HBO Max. Right? Today is happy HBO Max launch day.
Yes, it is. We're on HBO Max, man, right next to Friends.
Give it up for Orlando Leyba.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
How
well,
does
we had
that
it.
feel,
What's
Eric?
going on out there? Erik Rivera, Super White,
Yeah.
also up on HBO Max. I feel like it's a brand new channel, even though it's been out for a while. I feel like it's a new coming.
It feels good, man. It feels like that was like one of the things I gave thanks for this morning in my attitude in my hour of gratitude was like, man, we got HBO Max. Thank you. Like, our platform gets launched all over again. So to a whole different spectrum of people, I don't know if I'm using these big words right. It's like they get to discover us now. So that's awesome. So you get to watch Erik Rivera with Super White. You get to watch Orlando with Adorable. You get to watch Jerry Garcia with Not My Weekend. You get to watch Nick Guerra with What Love Me at My Worst. Gina Brion. Oh my God. We could run down the whole Entrenos family satellite of stars. But
the big word, Spectrum, satellite. I love it.
I know, bro, because I'm setting up all that stuff at my house, player. I got Spectrum out here, got the new Wi-Fi interaction. Hey, by the way, this works better when you hardline connect it to the router.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went and bought one, but it was too short. Where is it? I probably lost it already. What's this thing? There you go. You see one of these.
So you mainlining the Wi-Fi now?
No, I'm not. It was too short. It was too short to run it because I'm gonna run this thing like illegal freaking cable. You get me? I'm running this thing across.
Well, let me bring in our guests. I'm excited to have them. Two very funny comedians. First up, you're gonna see him on season 3 of Amazon's Laugh After Dark. Big round of applause for Jack.
What is up,
Junior?
I can't hear Eric. I can hear Orlando, but I can't hear Eric.
Oh, that's because yeah.
That was
very cool. I'm all reading lips. I'm like, what is he trying to say?
Okay. So that's it. So at this point, you still can't hear Eric?
Nothing?
I can hear you. I can't hear Eric at all, which is perfect.
Oh, it's good. Do you have both earbuds in or just one?
I have both of them in.
Are they actual Apple products? Let's start there.
Let me take these out, maybe. Yeah, guys.
Did you get them at the Apple store or did you buy them on the street?
Oh, in the street. Jack most definitely bought these in the street.
Eric.
Yo, can you hear me now?
I still can't hear Eric.
Dude, you might have to X out and come back in. I just gave you the
X
dope
out
right before he started.
Okay.
I'm gonna come back.
Yeah, you might have. You know what? We'll even wait for you to get a laptop.
All right.
I have a laptop, but it's not with me right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's bring in our next comic then while Jack figures out these issues. She's very funny, super funny. I had her on
one of my favorite people.
Brownish at the Laugh Factory, just leveled. I'm talking about she leveled the place.
Yeah.
She's the host of the No Sir I Don't Like It podcast. Big round of applause. Carmen Morales.
Hi. Greetings and salutations, sweet friends. How are you?
Salutations.
¿Cómo está la cosa?
Salutations.
Yeah.
What does salutation mean? Is that like you're saying hello, but you got too much saliva?
I think
in
so.
Your mouth?
I think it's like when you spit. It's like to let
Makes
them know
sense.
that you got a juicy mouth at that time.
Oh,
you know?
wow. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah. It's to give people a heads up about how juicy your mouth's going to be when you're trying to say hi. So it's which sucks because there's an S in it. So that just means you're going to spit on them anyways.
Listen, if you are a very juicy mouth, you keep it at high. Hi.
Yeah. Hey, that's it.
Oh.
And actually, you should just be wearing a mask anyways. You know what I mean? So it shouldn't even be a thing. Oh, shit. Jack's back.
Jack, can you hear us
I
all?
can hear you. I can hear Orlando, but I still can't hear Eric.
We can all hear Eric. It's got to be you, dude.
It's got to be your device.
Yeah. My phone's like, I don't fuck Eric. It's not working.
You didn't.
Yo, your phone's racist.
So here's what we'll do. I'll just ask the question. Whatever Eric's question is, I'll ask it.
Like those awful news reports where it's the delay.
Yeah, I'm be like.
So you'll just have to figure out the riffs on context. That's all.
I know. I'm like reading his lips.
I've done this before. So Eric asked the question, but make sure you go to Jack last, because at some point I'll repeat the question back to me. So how long have you been doing comedy, Orlando? Well, I've been doing comedy for about. You get me? That's how we'll do it.
Yeah, cheating. Cheat on somebody else's paper. I get it. That's how I got through college. Hell yeah.
Well, now I feel bad he can't hear me because the first thing I wanted to do was wish this dude a happy belated birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Happy belated birthday!
Oh my
from
goodness.
Eric.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Eric.
Now I wanted to ask him, but of course he can't hear me because
I'm 35.
that's not even what I asked him. But he celebrated his birthday in Vegas.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So he went to Vegas, and I was curious as to what that scene was like for him to go out there.
Hear this? Fuck.
Orlando.
So what was the scene like in Vegas,
so
Jack? What was it like?
So you celebrated your birthday, and these are questions that Eric will never ask. But like you celebrated your birthday in Vegas. What was the scene in Vegas?
Basically they're open. Like there's no one's wearing masks. The police aren't wearing masks. The casinos are closed. All the restaurants are open. You can eat at a restaurant. Everything's normal, you know? So, and I'm not sick right now. So that means, yeah.
So wait, were people in face masks? Like,
so were people wearing face masks?
Nobody was wearing face masks. I had a face mask, and then everyone looked at me like I was crazy. So I took that shit off.
Yeah, and I knew that people weren't wearing face masks because initially you said not even the cops are wearing face masks, but I had to pretend like I didn't hear you because someone else had the question.
The grocery stores, no line, just walk. Everything's normal in Las Vegas. It was like, and they have they don't even have a lot of cases there, so I don't know what they're doing differently than us.
Except for the comedy clubs, they haven't opened them in Vegas, correct?
We're opening up June 4th. June 4th. Yeah. That's what I heard.
Dude, that's such a Vegas attitude. We smoke indoors. We don't
so
keep Corona.
Yeah.
Now, and Carmen, you do not have a birthday, but you're doing a lot of Zoom shows, and I was curious as to what that was like for you.
You know, I don't like that people keep trying to compare it to real stand-up because it's not. But it is still you know, a bastardized version of it, you know. So it's still like taking methadone when you're a heroin addict, you know what I mean? It'll hold you over until you do the real deal. But it's definitely not as good. I'm still itching. But it definitely has made me less sad for sure.
That was a very niche comparison. I
guess if I want to make it less that, it's like if you stopped drinking, I don't know. I mean, what other drug is there methadone for? But it's not the same. It's not as good, but it is okay. And I think the reason I kind of doubled down and really started doing them is just because so many people are cooped up, and I just wanted to see what it was like. And then I just got this kind of overwhelming response of people that were like, fuck, I really needed something like this. Like, this doesn't exist. You know, Netflix and Tiger King. You can only watch so many fucking documentaries when you're sad. Or the people that are watching the crazy shit, they're doubling down and watching the shit that's people watching Contagion and Pandemic and stuff like that. It makes no fun. You're already living that. Why would you? Why? The whole point is distraction, you know? Did you watch Tiger King while you were also getting mauled by a tiger? It makes no fucking sense to me. But people are doing that. So it's I just want to fucfucking bring people a little joy in this time that's really weird. And so once I heard that, then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. I don't care if it's lame or whatever. Because it's not, that's another lame realization that I've made throughout this is ultimately, I just still want to make people feel good. And even if it's not on my terms, even if it's like, I want to fucking perform on stage. I want to get that ultimate high that makes me like that compensates for the love I didn't have in my childhood. I want that hole filled, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like when it comes down to it, like we need the audience in order for that to happen. So I'm going to make sure.
And
like,
let me tell you, let me interrupt. Let me interrupt for a second. Carmen asked me to be part of it, like because she does it so legit. She puts the show together. People pay. They come and see you through their computer. And she asked me to be part of it. And I honestly got to tell you, like, I passed on it because I'm not that brave. Right. You know, he's very brave. You know, to handle the fact, like for example, let's give an example. We have a person in this panel that's not hearing another person in this panel. You get me? So she is so brave.
That would never happen at my show.
Listen, I believe you. I believe you. No, and but I thank her because. I thank her. I told her, thank you so much for thinking, because I really am not that brave. We're all supposed to be, I'll do comedy everywhere. I'm not built like that. You know, I'm more, anyway. But she's killing it. She's doing wonderful. I'm getting great reviews on it. The show's fantastic. And on top of it, she's not doing it from a selfish comic point of view of, I need to be heard. It's more of I'm here to provide a service. Right. And that's where the show's so fantastic, because they're putting all the people out there in Zoom and on the internet first before they put themselves. So that's a beautiful thing. Way to go, Carmen.
I would give Carmen credit. You're putting together like legit lineups. Like trust me, I've seen some Zoom show. We've seen the flyers and you're like, I don't know any of these people.
Yes. I know I've said yes to a couple of those. And then I did them and I was like, okay, my show's really good.
So we're basically talking about, Jack, how her lineups, if you paid attention to her lineups, are amazing lineups. She has like Brad Williams on there. And I just think of Brad because he's like one of my favorite humans.
Maria Benson, I believe.
I love Brad.
Yeah, she does a Zoom show too, and through like her doing, like, people shit on Zoom shows, but her little Zoom show that I help produce is like, she's raised like $15,000 for the downtown women's shelter in LA. Like it's crazy, you know what I mean? So it's like, and a lot of times people that are bitching about these shows, one, are people who have never done them, or two, it's usually just people who've never done them, or they just did a one that's somebody just was, because everybody's just trying to figure this out. Nobody's a Zoom producer or anything, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I've been doing Zoom shows for 30 years. Like, that doesn't exist. So some people are just trying to figure it out. And with that, it's going to suck. Just like when you first started doing stand-up or you first started doing anything new. In comics, our go-to move is to shit on anything new because it makes us uncomfortable. So with that, like, I get it. And if you don't want to do it, I'm okay with that too. But that doesn't mean that it sucks. I mean, it sucks in comparison to stand-up because it's not stand-up.
Shit on you.
I'm not talking about you.
I did send her a massive prayer. And I was like, yo, make sure that, please help our sister out and let her show the light to the world.
So once the restrictions go away, what modifications do you guys think we'll see at live stand-up?
I can hear Eric.
Whoa! This show is officially as good as my show now. That's how great it is. Everybody can hear everybody. How beautiful. So now you can ask your question. What
restrictions do you guys think we'll see once they open up for live stand-up? Because people want to get out of the house. People are getting antsy. We've seen them lift certain restrictions and people are coming out because they want to get out of the house. So I'm assuming it's going to be the same for comedy. So what restrictions do you guys think we'll see as comics put into place at the clubs once they open them back up?
I mean, some of them have already opened up, and they've said they've shown what kind of precautions that they're going to take with everybody. Like a checkerboard pattern of people being sat, them taking people's temperature at the beginning, switching out the mic between comedians. Like, a lot of the clubs are trying to open now and do all those things. So I think those are the things that are going to be in place going further. The more and more places start opening up.
Yeah. So it'll be like, I hate to, because everybody keeps using the word normal. So it'll be normal, but it won't be. We'll still feel
No, it's not going to be normal. I mean, this is affecting the entire world. The fact that anybody thinks that something this largely drastic is just going to go back to normal, easy peasy, real quick, like that's insane to me. That's not going to happen. Or at least like, wow. Yeah.
Stay in your square. Stay in your square, son.
They call it square dancing for a reason now.
That's hilarious.
I personally don't see this changing till they officially are like, oh, we have a vaccine, we're good. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a slow change until the scientists are like, this is cool. I think until that happens, it's going to be a lot of weird uncertainty. People just trying shit, seeing what works.
I have to be honest with you guys. I plan, and I had this discussion with my wife the other day. I am 100% planning on rocking the face mask till the day I die now.
On stage?
Not on stage, but when I'm amongst people, I'm good, dude. I don't know if you guys have ever had that accident where someone's talking to you and just a little bit of spit, like.
Oh yeah, you ever get it like on your face, like you can feel it and it burns into your skin. Yeah.
And you gotta be like, I didn't like. Everybody plays like it didn't happen, but
you watch it slow mo, just.
No,
I got a big bottom lip, and I've had like people talking to me.
So you think we'll get to a point where we'll see almost like spit guards on stage, like when
it's gonna be like how drummers perform in like really biker bars. There's just gonna be the plexiglass, and the comedian's gonna be behind the plexiglass. So then, if anybody throws beer bottles or spits, it's not gonna get on the comedian. You know what I mean?
So Jack, we have Jack on, so he's a perfect. He can give us some first eye, whatever. It's a big word. I don't want to say it, but like you can report on Vegas because I saw some of the images and there's like plexiglass around the poker tables and the roulette and stuff.
The casino wasn't open at all yet. The casino wasn't open. The restaurants were open, but everything was the same. One thing that we did at the Ha Comedy Club, I went over there. I took almost 80% of the chairs and tables out. There's only seats for 40 people now. 40 people, and it's spread out. There's no more front row. It's like really, it's small, So it's gonna be a really hard transition in order to keep up the bills with like no only 40 people a night, So we'll see how it turns out. My parents. The
nachos are going up in price, son. The nachos are going up in price,
right?
Now, do you think?
I did follow this weekend. I did follow Francisco Duran, a comic that Jack and I both know. I don't know if the other Carmen or Eric know him. And he worked the Miami Improv. It was like the first weekend at the Miami Improv, and I did see those visuals, and it was like. Everybody was dissing. The Miami Improv did a fantastic job. Shout out to Melissa and Justin. They run that particular improv. It was good, but I was just like, wow, this is a whole new world.
When did they reopen?
Do you think
they reopened this weekend? This was the opening weekend.
Now, do you think? And I'm gonna ask Jack because Jack, your parents.
Jack is like, how can I get booked?
I did the Miami Improv the last show before they closed with Francisco.
Yeah, you did.
I'm gonna ask you, Jack, because I know your parents own the Ha. Like you said, they have 40 seats in there. So only 40 people can come. Are they also going to integrate almost like a Zoom feature where people at home can watch a live show happening?
That would be good. What I told my parents, we should do 1 hour shows and just kick people out and put a new 40 in every hour.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the best advice, so we can keep up, be profitable.
Yeah.
So that means
I like your idea about doing Zoom shows too, but then I think once people
they just pay a cheaper price to not get to.
So if you're paying a $10 cover to come in, the people can watch it online for $5, But now you get the reaction.
No, they gotta watch for 20 because they're not gonna get the nachos, son. They're not getting the nachos, son. You gotta get the nachos too, man. They're not getting the 2-drink minimum or the nachos, son.
Yeah.
Well, no, they could Postmates. They could Postmates the nachos from the comedy club and get them. Get them. There you go. Then you bring them home. You bring home those nachos. And then get that shit before.
And when the Postmate, when they Postmate from the Haha Comedy Club, one of the great clubs in North Hollywood, the Haha Comedy Club. When you Postmate, right, and they come and pick up. They come to pick up the food. Then at the Haha, they drop in the code. They drop in a card with the code so they can log on for the shows of that day.
I like
so you order your nachos ahead of time. When the nachos get there, you get the card for the show. Boom.
Ideas.
This is like workshopping a joke, yo.
Or because stage time is going to be so limited, the people the newer comics, they could be the Postmate, take the food and do a show.
That's even funnier. And then you can say one joke when you drop off the food. Here you go. That's funny.
So I got a couple of clips for us to watch here. This one made me laugh because it's a woman. Because, dude, what I don't get is people who are home are still trying to find ways to go to Starbucks. It's still, like, I don't know about y'all, but I've been cooking at home. I've been making my own coffee at home. But people are still hell-bent on trying to get these meals and stuff. So this woman went. She wanted this drink. But she didn't know how to order it, so she had to FaceTime her daughter to order it for her. Here we go.
Sounds like a white lady.
No, not a white lady. That's the sad part. Hold on. Here it is.
Not in the Starbucks.
Oh my God.
Sí le funcionó.
Igualito. She should just record that on her phone and then just play that every time. You know what I mean? Just lock that shit down so then she has it saved as a voice memo like I do when I'm trying to remember a line for a joke or something like that. Utilize that shit.
Now, is there anything you guys miss from the outside world? Like, I hate to say it like that, like we in bunkers here, but is there any, like, meals or something that you guys are missing that you're like, when this is done, I'm going straight there?
Well, most places have takeout, so if you really want one of those things, you can still get something to eat if you want to.
Uh-huh.
You know, just spray it with some hand sanitizer.
Right.
I was saying I just miss people. That's it.
Oh, Jack, why did you get so emotional on us, man? We're just
I'm actually going to Phoenix tomorrow to do guest spots at a comedy club just to get out of LA.
Wow.
That's how much I miss people.
That is that is like a weird realization that I've come through that has come out of this for me is that it's a very lame thing for a comedian to like people. You know what I mean? It's always supposed to be like, no, fuck them, they're sheep, blah blah blah, whatever. But like that's the thing that I've realized is I don't think I hate people as much as like you normally would as a comedian. So it's like I definitely miss that shit for sure.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that, like, just because I know I've gotten messages from certain clubs that, like, we're thinking about opening up again. Of course, these restrictions of 25% or 40% audience. And then you think about,
just pick it up. Just pick up the call. We can all hear it.
Who's getting the phone call?
I don't know.
So, yeah, it's like the checkered, like you were saying, the checkered seating is going to be weird. But then afterwards, is there a meet and greet? Is there a chance to thank people for coming out?
No, there's no meet and greet. So it's gonna be harder on like sales if you're a comic that's selling merch. That's gonna probably help like hurt some of your merch sales or whatever. But
But not even the merch sales. Like we've all heard comments. I hate people, but we don't because we're seeking their approval on stage. I like meeting these people after the show and thanking them for coming out. Like especially when you go to a new town and you don't know who's going to show up. You don't know how many people are going to show up. I really appreciate that. Even if I don't sell out, like oh my god, thank you guys for coming. Even if it's 20 people, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now we don't get that opportunity to go. Hey, thanks for. It's just all right.
I'm still doing that shit. I'm gonna go say hi to everybody, bro.
Yeah, you are patient.
It's not even that many people. It's be 40 people. Maybe 5 will show up.
40 people. And what's the stat? Like 1 out of every 10 have.
Well, I've been. You know, it's like. I guess we could still treat it the same way. It's just all the hugging and the handshaking will go away, and it'll actually move faster.
It's elbows now. It's like what up?
It's the elbow.
What up,
and you know what'll happen? You could still do the meet and greet. And you know, Eric knows me. I'm not a big fan of the meet and greet because I used to get sick a lot on the road. And the minute that I stopped shaking hands so much, it kind of like it went away. But that was my own problem. My immune system was low. But I think now, like your real fan is gonna stick around, and not just a person that wants to take a picture with you because they saw you on stage, and they're like, "Oh, he must be somebody," because that's happened. Like, "Oh man, I don't really know you, whatnot, but you know everybody else is taking pictures with you." So I did like people have said that to me and said that to other comedian friends of mine, where they're like. Random.
You can also do a socially distant selfie where you just take that shit over the shoulder and then there's like somebody behind you. You know what I mean? Like you can still do it without having to touch anybody.
Yeah, and get the you know the club if they can spare one person while they turn around the room and to take the pictures and do all that.
Yeah.
Now would you guys be opposed to having a hand sanitizer right there next to you if you wanted to really?
Oh, that's gonna be given. Everyone's gonna do that.
Mandatory.
Like
I don't know what club you play in. There's some clubs barely give you.
Well, dude, I mean, Eric, there's some clubs that couldn't pass fucking health inspection before. You know what I mean? Like that would be cramming the night before the inspector was gonna get there, fucking scrubbing everything down because they haven't really cleaned it in like 4 months. So a lot of like people expecting like servers and shit who aren't getting paid anymore to go make less money than they normally would because there's going to be less people. It's just a lot to fucking expect from a crew, dude. Like it's especially for them to risk their own health and the health of their family. Like that's nuts, dude. That's nuts. It's not going to happen. So
that's why Jack, I don't think it's a given that all clubs are going to do that. Some clubs might, the nicer clubs will, but some clubs are just going to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think those clubs didn't make the shutdown. They're going to be closed anyways.
Yeah.
Those shitty clubs aren't going to be open anymore.
Right.
I know a few
which
clubs
sucks for comics
Missouri
like me. Because those are the clubs that worked. Those are the clubs that I frequented. I love a BNC room. I'm a BNC room starlet, dude. You kidding me? I fucking love. Yeah, hang that banner, bitch. I'll be there. It's like those. That sucks. That sucks. I'm gonna have to like beg famous people that I know to take me out on the road. Like that's all that's gonna happen because. There's no TV being made right now, so like, what other option do I have?
I'm curious to see how this affects comedy with specials. Like, I actually had a friend of mine told me he's recording a Zoom special.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me that too, and then I was like, why?
Yeah.
As a person who's pro Zoom show, like, why would you do that?
Right.
It's not the best way to consume this.
But even if they opened up the doors tomorrow to start shooting specials, like, who feels ready to go after this? It's no comic I know. I know myself has gone through a 2-month layoff to go back and just start going again.
Right.
Like, I think the most, and Orlando's. He's married as well, where we go away with the wife for like a week, maybe 2, and even that
you gotta knock the rust off. You gotta knock the rust off.
You're like, ooh.
Yeah, man. The amount of rust that I have is, yeah, man. Where you're actually thinking,
you're the tin man, dude. You need an oil can.
And I'm like, what are my jokes?
A
lot of us are just gonna be standing on stage doing this move right here. Hold on.
Well, I'm not because I've been doing all these Zoom shows, so I got new thoughts, motherfucker. I've been working on my shit.
Yeah. I'm definitely going back on stage with a set list. I'm not gonna be all free willy up in this. I'm gonna have my little says. Okay. I know
You're gonna Janine
before.
Garofalo it.
Yeah, and I know the first time, even if it's like, oh, Orlando, you got a 5-minute spot at the haha. It's gonna be before the. I'll be at home in front of the mirror, just running what I'm gonna say, because that rust is real, man. That rust is like real.
Dude, Orlando has dropped the haha name like 7 times. He's really trying to get booked there.
Dude, man, you should be a brand ambassador. This guy's good.
No, I'm sorry. I don't need to. I don't need to try. All I do is pick up the phone. I missed what you said, Jack. What was that?
Cool with Orlando before you were all big time.
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know if that's an insult or whatnot, but I know. Anytime I need stage time, all I gotta do is pick up the phone, and that place shows me love.
We actually got a question from the audience. What would you do in a situation your manager tells you that you sold out show, and when you come on stage, there's just one person? You fire that manager. How dare he tell me?
Why? Yeah, why would somebody tell you that? Actually, a manager would never tell you that. They would tell you the opposite, because that motherfucker's trying to make money off you. And if you only sold one ticket, that they ain't making no fucking money.
Yeah. If it's sold
that
out,
situation will never happen.
Well, it depends, because if it's sold out and now with everything going on, only one person shows up to this game, but you're still making the money, I'm fine with it. But I've also done shows when I first started coming up where the promoter is big and you're like, yo, it's going to be a great show. And then you get there, and they start giving you the excuses.
That ain't your manager. That ain't your manager. That's a promoter. That's very different.
Game's on tonight. Oh, the boxing. The weather. There's never right. You're like, come on.
Moving on, Eric. What is the next question on the agenda?
I got Orlando here. He keeps things moving. Here we go. Here's another clip for you guys. I love that even during all this, we still have crazy stuff happening.
Oh, why wouldn't we?
Es un tigre. Es un tigre. Ahí lo van a agarrar. Ahí se
Es
los voy.
un tigre, pues.
Yo
mire ese
¿Cómo lo van a
tigre.
agarrar? No sé.
That's so great.
I think what happened is somebody found out how cheap they were. Since you only need to pay $2,000, $2 to $4,000 to get a fucking tiger, somebody got lofty.
All drug dealers are getting tigers. You guys don't understand that.
They're like, what? How cheap?
Like low level. Like, yo, I could buy a box Chevy or a Tiger.
But I love, if you watch the Tiger King, all those dudes were strapped up. They all had to do Latino. My man showed up with a folding chair and they with a lasso.
You got to use what's in the garage when that's all you got, you know?
Yeah, I'm shocked they wasn't out there with just food, like trying to get them.
Toma, tiene hambre. Ven, tiene hambre.
Those dudes, I need those. That'll be my my security team, dog. Those guys are fearless. No, yo con una soga y un
Dude, I love an old Spanish dude because they always think they can like talk to animals. No. Deja. Nada más que tiene que hablar con ellos. You know what I mean? Like they're always miso, gatico, miso, toma. It's like
tigre.
My man was drunk. He's stumbling home, and he has a confrontation with a pit bull. Like nothing was really happening, but I remember him going, "You have to show them who's boss." And he got down at his level to look him in the eyes and tell him who's boss. The thing bit his face.
Yeah, I guess he found out who was boss.
He was the weaker alpha.
Yeah, that shit works. That shit works with dogs that aren't feeling threatened. And if they feel threatened, then they're even more inclined to fight if they think that you're trying to challenge them for position. Man, has nobody watched the goddamn Dog Whisperer? I swear to God.
Yeah.
Haven't we learned
Let's
by
give
now?
it up once again. Let's give it up to those two guys with that with the cowboy hats because he did lasso it, and they did walk that tiger back to the freaking cartel, bro.
Yeah, was it originally their tiger, or they just don't want to like, yo, we get a tiger for free right here? Just
yeah, dude. What if we just witnessed a tiger robbery? If that's what happened, somebody just hijacked somebody else's Siberian.
Here's another one. Everybody, times are getting tough, and
Sure.
people have said that crime might go up. So,
oh, are we going to witness a crime?
We are going to witness a crime.
That's my favorite.
Oh shit!
What?
Oh my god!
What?
Is that what the?
Oh my god!
Yo, I would have just rolled them out of the store. I would have rolled them out of the just roll them out of the store. Like, get out of here, dude.
But I love the lady that was standing there. She looked at him and she just walked out like, I'm not. Yeah,
not today. Mm-mm.
Now,
not
he
today.
got some fucked up feet. He got like feet that are like.
Yeah. He's a struggling artist, bro. That guy paints.
If you don't have, you have to train also. You like there's like a PT training, like physical therapy that you like learn to do shit with your feet so you can be more functional. But damn, dude, like to just rob a like that's pretty impressive. Like guns are heavy.
Right.
Like I don't have the toe strength to pull off a trigger. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess I could like work on it. Like
I want to get one shot off because I'm curious if with the kickback he's gonna still hold on with his feet.
Oh shit! Yeah, he's probably gonna drop it.
Yo, guys, if he's using that gun, he's used it before. All right, the same. He didn't go in there winging it. That guy's in tactical foot training school. He's in tactical foot training school. He's out there in the desert. His chair gets stuck sometimes, but he doesn't care. He's out there, ping, 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 hitting all those.
Dude, it's just like Rogan and Brian Callen and all those fucking where they're doing all the targets and shit. He's just out there with his feet.
These guys are out there trying to be superheroes, dog.
Well, here's the other question. He needs his 2 feet to pull the trigger.
Well, he was using both.
All right, but here's the question. So you're robbing the place. You say, "Give me the money." How do you hand him the bag?
He makes you put it on his chair.
That's what you're working on. Throw it in the chair. Throw it in the chair. In the chair. Throw it in the chair.
Put it in my mouth. Put it in my mouth.
It's kind of tight in here. It's kind of tight. Help me out. Help me out. It's tight. I need to roll out of here.
I don't think you can rob me if your biggest enemy is stairs. Like, I'm sorry. I'm out.
Yeah.
Everywhere now. Come on, man. This world is accessible for the most part.
Yeah.
So I think you can pull it off. I actually am upset that they didn't pull off the caper. I was rooting for him the whole time. The whole time I'm like, yeah, get that money. Get it.
Get it.
Here's the other question. If it's you're getting mugged by this guy at gunpoint, are you a bad person if you don't treat him like a regular mugger?
Well, I think that woman in the store was definitely disrespectful because she rolled her eyes at him with a gun pointed at her.
Yeah.
So do you let him take your wallet? Like,
yeah.
Pay for effort, man.
Yeah. I'll give up my wallet right away. I'll be like, yo, here's my wallet. Hand over my wallet, and then just like cross the street and follow him and call the cops and be like, yo, he's right there.
Yeah, because he can't run.
Yeah, and he's from across the street pointing with his feet. Like,
unless he got some chair mods, dude, he might have got some chair modifications. Maybe that shit goes real fast.
I don't know, but I'm gonna keep
vroom, vroom, dude. Vroom, vroom. You could if you could take the governor off of a fucking fucking golf cart and make that motherfucker go fast, I'm certain you could do that shit on a wheelchair, on a motorized wheelchair, for sure. You got the money. Come on. And if this guy's walking in a door, like, people are already going to be confused. Like, is this guy fucking with me? Is this a bit? Is this guy doing a joke? Is this somebody dressed up weird? And those are somebody's hands? Like, I don't know what's happening. So by that time, you know what I mean? Then maybe you fire off like a couple of like warning shots to know that fucking gun's real and my toes are that strong, so you don't doubt my ability. You know what I mean? I think honestly, this clip is really more of an advertisement for the ADA and the fucking work that they put in to make people who are wheelchair, in wheelchairs being able. They're having a fucking regular ass life too,
Yeah,
man.
regular life. I like it. I signed on to that.
I think this is a feel good story.
I think Carmen's found her soulmate.
That's a lot of information.
That guy's not. You got to think that there's no stopping that guy. He just chose to be a robber. But if he wanted to be a mountain climber, he could also do that.
Dude, he's that guy that reads
that dude could have been in the Olympics
and takes it to heart. He's like, yeah, I am my biggest roadblock. I'm gonna accomplish this.
Yeah.
America's Got Talent, new season.
Yeah. Not a rob.
Yeah.
That dude doesn't get golden buzzer. Just
yeah. What kind of asshole judge would you be if you didn't let that guy move on at least one round?
right.
You know.
What? Are you giving him? You giving him the X? You're not letting.
I'll give him. Oh, dog, just for the views, I'll give him the X.
This one talking about brand ambassador. Always be thinking about PR, dude.
No, dude. I'm like, I know. I got a lot of handicapped friends, dog, and they get away with murder, dog. Any handicapped person rolls up on me, I'm ready to X them, dog, right there. Yeah, like that. But I can paint that. Orlando, sweetheart, Orlando Leyba buses handicap.
Yeah, this is very not on brand for you, Orlando. I'm very excited about this new leaf you're turning over with your character.
And I turn it, but no, I'm not turning a new leaf. You know why? Because I'm treating handicapped people like everybody else.
For sure.
There you go.
Like,
oh my God, thank you. Oh, heart, care emoji.
When the restrictions are lifted and Orlando's first show back, he just sees a bunch of feet.
I love it. I love it. I'll be so excited. I'll be so excited.
Orlando Leyba, all he's gonna hear is there he is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. I put some vapor rub in my nose and let's ride, dog. Let's sell out this show. Let's roll, homie.
Vaporu's gonna save you.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on.
Last but not least, I'm only bringing this up because Orlando, you got it right there on your banner. Even with this lockdown, we're still seeing a bunch of stuff happening. George Floyd was just the latest casualty of police. The police violence, is that the word I'm looking for?
I think the word you're looking for is fucking racism, bro. Like
murder.
Yeah, racist murder, I think is the term you're looking for.
Yeah,
like, there's no.
It's an abuse of power because, like, if you watch the video, the guy is clearly saying he can't breathe. He's pinned down, and they just would not let up.
Yeah. Yeah, like a murder. That's my point. That's like a murder. When you're choking somebody out and they can't breathe, and they're like, "Oh, I can't breathe," and then you don't stop choking them and you kill them. That's what fucking murder is, dude. Whether you have your knee on their neck or whatever fucking outfit you're wearing, I witnessed a murder. Like, that's all that happened.
Yeah,
dude. He was tapping out. He goes, "I can't breathe,"
dude.
And no one did shit. It's fucked up.
Now, is it enough that these people just lost their jobs, or what kind of justice are we looking for here?
No,
it needs to be. Oh man, this is a hard one to talk on because
They should get the guy with the feet and shoot him.
Death by one, firing squad of one.
Yeah. So right now they all lost their job, and the next step is like they're waiting.
Oh, good, so they can get on unemployment. Fuck you.
Yeah, they are, and they're probably gonna get through. They're probably gonna get through faster than.
Yeah.
what EDD is doing for a lot of people who haven't been able to file unemployment because they're only open 8 to 12 in the afternoon, and that's the only time you could get them on the phone. Anyway, this one really hurts, man, and this is I had a chance to talk it over with my wife because I had to let my emotions out because it was a lot, and I pray that these guys that they're gonna file charges. And this has to change what we're living, the education of people. You shouldn't be at a year of school. You should not be a cop yet. You should still be at a year. You should still be in the academy, going out with a supervisor, and
Or how about maybe they stop hiring racist cops, dude? Like, there's so many of them that they don't look into that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you just have a background check of whether or not you've committed crimes in the past or you're a former felon, but there's no looking into, I don't know, like if they've registered with the Ku Klux Klan or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, then once after all this shit comes out, then it's like, oh, look at all this evidence we have that this person is not a good person.
I think training, education, and the right process, hiring process. Like, for example, as a kid, I wanted to be a fighter pilot. I wanted to be in the Navy. And the amount of psychological testing that you go through, because they're about to put you in a $30 million airplane with about $5 million worth of bombs strapped to it for you to fly. And before you can take off on that plane, the amount of psychological testing that goes into this person for them to allow you to hop into that cockpit is amazing. It's what should be done. But mind you, to be a cop is a couple of little things. You should be at a year and a half in the academy before you're even allowed to grab your gun. I know it sounds a little bit extreme to certain people and whatnot, but and that itself will weed out everything. It's like comics, all right? If we start giving everybody 15 minutes, a lot of people that shouldn't be comics are gonna stick around. So you make them go through that open mic process, and that's the weeding out of it. Weeding out of it. And maybe 10 years down the road, you have a career. Maybe.
Why don't we just
I hate to compare us to cops, but it's like I think we have a better filtering process than the hiring system for the police community.
Yeah, we do. Well, we also police our own too. If somebody sucks, that's the problem. Is like anytime something like this happens, then it's like there's good cops too, and it's like, okay, but you're not doing anything to eliminate the fucking bad cops. And that's the part that's super frustrating, where it's like all that shit gets lost. There's plenty of wonderful cops that would never tolerate that kind of behavior, and they do try to do their part and shit like that, and that sucks. But at the same time, like, this is happening too fucking often. It's happening too often, like to where that, like, are there? Because, like, if you were really good and you were right next to all this, you probably wouldn't stand for it. But then nobody wants to talk about, like, how some of these fucking police forces are like gangs. So it's like, you know what I mean? You're not supposed to be a snitch, and I get all that shit too. But at the same time, it's like, this is fucked up, and it's like nationwide, and it's happening all the fucking time. An entire race of people shouldn't be living in fear, bro.
Yeah. Right. And then there's this other side of it, of not having ever been exposed to a whole different culture of people, and then you take a job that puts you dead smack in the middle of, now you got to deal with all these people where your whole time you've just been around your people.
Yeah, if you take a cop from Des Moines and put him on the south side of Chicago, that guy's not going to know what the fuck to do.
And your whole time you've been treated as us people, and you haven't broken into that human kindness or human being. Oh, I'm dealing with other human beings. You start talking in terms of, oh, I'm dealing with those people now, and you're taking away. You're not making them human. You know, Vanessa, she's like the smarter half of this marriage that I'm in,
100%.
And she said a beautiful thing. She goes, would you go do a show for the Fraternal Order of Police. That's basically the police union. And then I go, because I know a lot of cops, and I have cops in my family, and I know the how they have to put on this hardcore human costume, not their uniform, but I'm talking about they put on this hardcore human costume of I might not come home today, so I better harden up.
Yeah.
And I get it. I understand that because that's a real point. You signed up to do that job, and that's a real point. And I'm sorry that you have to put yourself in that predicament. But I know that as soon as they get home and they take off, they're some of the sweetest human beings in the world. But out in the world, I'm not with them 24 hours. I don't know what they're doing. I've been treated. I've ran into really nice cops that have pulled me over, and I've had cops pull me over and like search the whole vehicle and sit on the sidewalk, and everybody's watching you, and you're like, man, I've never even been booked, or I've been in a holding cell, but now you got me here, and all these emotions go through you where you're on the side of the road, and it's like, for God's sakes, it's just a pickup truck. Like, what's going on,
Yeah.
So she told me, would you do that? And I said, man, I don't know. Right now, I don't know. And then she said she had a great idea because she tells me a lot of these people, especially some cops, have never been exposed to the environment that they're working in now. So she goes, if you ever get the opportunity, never pass up the opportunity, because that's also an opportunity to educate.
Right.
So make sure that your opening acts talk a certain type of stand-up and that is an educational. So maybe you could reach a few guys there. And again, man, just the training. You should not, at a year into the academy, you should still be at the academy. You shouldn't be out patrolling and in your own car by yourself and whatnot. And if it's possible, it should always be different type of there should be always diversity inside of a cop car. There should always be a white cop, a Latino cop, a black cop. There should always be diversity inside the car. They should ride into, and you should be able to patrol the same neighborhood every week and be forced to park and walk the neighborhood. Just walk it. There's been a lot of research that's shown that crimes in neighborhoods have dropped when you maintain the same cops in the neighborhood, and obviously they're not dumb cops, and they also foot patrol the neighborhood. Things change a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's scary because we are the four of us here. We're ethnic, so we've seen the law not work for us. Like there was one time I was in the car with Katie. I'm driving, and my wife just happens to be white, and it's like I see this car, a police car, right by me this way, and I said, "Oh, we're about to get pulled over." She's like, "We're not getting pulled over." And sure enough, lights going. She's like, "Why do you think they're pulling us over?" And I was like, "Me." Because her family, by the way, her family lives in Maryland. We're in the back, like west side, backwoods of Maryland. I know I'm getting pulled over.
Yeah.
So
that part of Maryland is white as fuck.
Yeah. So we watch these videos constantly coming out where it's clearly there's, like you're saying, there's a problem of people not knowing how to deal with diversity, and it's scary too. Because dude, I got kids, so now I'm gonna have to have that talk with them at some point. Like, hey, this is reality. You guys are growing up here in Los Angeles, and you think you're fitting in, but there's gonna be a point where you don't. Even though we're told we're equal, the world is saying, "Oh, we want this, we want diversity." It's a double-edged sword. It's not gonna always be like that.
And and one of the most important part, and I know this is because we're supposed to be funny and whatnot. None of this is funny. We all need to show up for each other during these times. So what do I mean about that? I mean, like, just your LGBTQ needs to be showing up for George Floyd. Your Black Lives Matter, show up for George Floyd. Your Brown Pride, show up for George. You know what I'm saying? if everybody starts making noise together, then things really change because it's always separated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to use this example a lot, but when those kids were in cages over by close to the border, not everybody came out for those kids, and we're talking about babies in cages. You know, we're talking about 2-year-olds and stuff, and they got them all separated, and everybody. Not every, yeah, it hit the news, but I didn't see LGBTQ there, or I didn't see Black Lives Matter there, or I didn't see, you know, the NAACP there. You know what I'm saying? But if we all come out, like LGBTQ needs to be out for George Floyd. Just post it up on your feed. Just do that. And I understand, like Eric knows my feelings about like the J Lo's and Alex Rodriguez and certain celebrities that don't post up anything. They just stay quiet. I know that behind the scenes they're donating a lot of money. And I also understand, this is the grown-up Orlando finally understanding that at their level, every time that they put something, I'm not gonna get sued for posting something, but they are. You know, someone will find an attorney that'll manage a way. So when you don't see the big guys posting, I tend to give them a pass because of that. But I guess if I do reach that status one day, I'm gonna be getting sued a lot.
Yeah.
We'll end on that note.
Yeah.
I hope you get sued one day, Orlando. I hope you get sued.
Oh,
I feel like Orlando should end that with the more you know logo.
Yeah.
100%, man. Like
the more you get
Rihanna said,
sued, the more you're helping.
I'm just taking it from Rihanna, man. Everybody just pull up. Everybody pull up, man. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. I don't care what your cause is, and I'll pull up for your cause. I'll always there. LGBTQ, you need me to sign something, you need me there, I'm there. NAACP, I'm there. Black Lives Matter, I'm there. Brown Pride, I'm there. Let's do it. If we all come together, man, it's just like, yo, because it isn't even about that. It isn't even about like, oh, all these people. It's that the way that the corporations are going to look at it is all these dollars are banding together.
Right.
And that's a whole nother level of it, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, hashtag George Floyd, man, rest in peace. And we saw a human lose his life right before our eyes. It's documented.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, on that note, Jack, where can people find you, man?
What's up?
I said, where can people find you?
I can't hear you.
Where can people
tell
find
people
you?
where you are on the internet.
No, I can't hear
Tell
you.
them your information.
Huh?
Tell them your information, like online. Where to follow you,
Oh.
plug anything.
Comment right there at Jack Jr. Comment everywhere.
And don't forget, he's on season 3 of Laugh After Dark on Amazon, so make sure you go check that out. Carmen.
Hi. You can go to CarmenMorales.com for all of your Carmen Morales needs. Follow me at The Funny Carmen on all the assorted social media. I have a podcast called No Sir, I Don't Like It. Please listen to it. And thank you for having me on.
Super funny. I can't wait to see both of you back on stage,
Yeah.
live and in person, and we can show that we can elbow bump or whatever.
Elbow it.
Orlando.
You can, well, if you're following me, follow me, but make sure you follow Carmen Morales. She's fantastic. Make sure you follow Jack Jr. He's amazing. And Erik Rivera and everybody pull up. And I love everybody, man. I love you. I love you unconditionally. And if you're an asshole, I just, guess what? I don't even bother you. I just sidestep and keep it moving.
And he's still... go watch Orlando's half-hour special. Like we said, HBO Max just launched today, so it's up there. Super funny. And Orlando, people don't give you enough credit. You're the reason myself, Gina, Jerry, Nick, we have these specials because of you. You were the first guy. You were sort of to give the peek behind the curtain. They were like, let's see if it works. And dude, you killed it. And we're here because of you.
Just lucky, man. We've been like, I know you want to give me props, and I appreciate it because
no, I'm giving you props. No, I'm not. You don't think I'm giving it to you. You can't.
Yeah,
I know you're giving me
he's succeeding at giving them to you, so you're just gonna have to take them.
No, I accept them. Thank you, and God, we're having a good ride. And I'm not saying anything, but I know that the two people on this episode with us. They're on that list somewhere. When their time will come, I don't know, but they're definitely on the list.
Carmen and Jack, their time's coming. They're gonna blow. I've seen them both live, and I've worked with them both, and always kill it. And then you can find me at Erik Rivera Comedy on all things. Go watch my half-hour special also on HBO Max. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll catch you later.
Bye.